Hello my dear students. In this video we would discuss about the classical economic order quantity model or Wilson formulation model of inventory management. As in previous video we have discussed the different decisions that need to be taken in inventory management. Basically there are three types of decisions. First one is what should be the optimal order quantity or how much to order. Second is when should the order be placed or what should be the reorder point. The third question is how many units should be kept as safety stock. So in the light of these questions or decisions that need to be answered in inventory management, we would discuss different systems that deals with inventory management. As we know that there are different types of costs that are included in inventory management. These are purchase cost or production cost of the items. Second, ordering cost or setup cost. Third, carrying cost or holding cost or storage cost. Fourth type is stock out costs, and fifth is cost of keeping safety stocks. So while dealing with the practical situations of inventory management, we should keep in mind all these types of the different costs. As there are two main inventory management systems. First one is fixed order quantity system or reorder level system, which is also known as Q system. The second is periodic review system, the system in which the order size is not fixed but the intervals of time are fixed to reorder the inventories. In this particular video we would discuss about the fixed order quantity system or Q system. In this particular system, the reorder point is established and fixed, but the time to place a fresh order is not fixed. This system works under the conditions of certainty in which the decision maker is aware about the level of demand or the delivery time. As this system is the oldest one and commonly used in inventory management. It is relatively easy model or easy technique, but it comes with many assumptions that should be fulfilled to apply this. These assumptions are listed here as follows. As we are operating in conditions of certainty, we know the level of demand in a particular time period. Demand is certain, continuous, and constant over time. It means the quantity demanded in a particular time period is fixed and would not change with the time. Further, the quantity demanded is independent on other factors of operations or production. The second assumption of this model or classical economic order quantity model is that lead time is known and fixed. It means the delivery time is fixed and known to the decision maker. So it is the second basic assumption of this model. Third assumption of this model is that the carrying cost and the ordering cost are constant and independent of the quantity ordered. It means the per order cost is fixed and constant. and it would not change with the quantity ordered in a particular order. Similarly, the carrying cost is also fixed and generally given in terms of per unit per annum specifications. The fourth assumption is that the purchase price is constant. It means there would be no quantity discounts available to the purchaser. Generally, in practical situations, we get some quantity discounts if the purchased amount is large. But in this model, we would consider that there would be no quantity discounts. You can place an order of 100 units or 1000 units or 100,000 units, but the purchase price would be constant. The fifth assumption is that inventory is refilled instantly and completely as the stock level reaches exactly equal to zero. In conditions where lead time is equal to zero, then the inventory would be refilled instantly and completely without any waiting time period. In other words, we can say that the inventory from an order arrives in one batch and at one point in time. There is no waiting time. Suppose that in this graph, the minimum inventory is equal to 0 and the maximum inventory is equal to Q. That is denoted by the vertical axis of this graph. And the horizontal axis denotes the time period. The Q point denotes the maximum inventory level and this point denotes the minimum inventory level. With time, the inventory starts approaching to 0 and end up being here when the stock is exactly equal to 0. At this point, there would be a new order for the inventories and the new order would be received within no time. And within no time, the inventory, we would receive the fresh order and the level of inventory would rise up to the highest level or maximum inventory level, that is equal to Q. So it is known as instant refilling of this stock. There is no waiting time. The next assumption is that there are no stock overages or shortages. It means if orders are placed at the right time, then the stock outs or the shortages can be avoided completely. So it is the assumption of this classical model that there is no stock overages or shortages. And after considering all the 6 assumptions of this model, the 7th assumption comes out as the only variable costs are the cost of placing an order and the cost of holding the inventory in stocks. It means the management would focus on the cost of placing an order and the cost of holding or carrying the inventories in the stock, because all the remaining costs are fixed or considered as fixed in this model. So if we want to minimize the total cost of the inventories, then we need to minimize the cost of placing an order and the cost of holding the inventories, because rest of the costs are assumed as fixed or constant over time. So the goal of classical economic order quantity model is to reduce the total cost by reducing the holding cost and ordering cost of the inventories. And the total cost would be denoted at the point where the curve of holding cost intersects the curve of ordering cost, that is denoted here. So this point denotes the optimum order quantity at which the ordering cost is equal to holding cost and the total cost is at its minimum level. So the economic order quantity or classical model can be represented in a mathematical equation form, in which Q denotes the ordering quantity, T denotes the total annual inventory cost, that is total variable annual inventory cost, as the only variable costs under this model are the ordering cost and the holding cost. Rest of the costs are considered as fixed or constant. So total cost would be total variable cost would be equal to total ordering cost and total ordering cost and total holding cost. So H denotes the total annual holding cost and O denotes total annual ordering cost. T denotes the total variable cost. As the objective of inventory model is to minimize the total cost, with these assumptions, the significant costs for the managers are ordering cost and holding cost. All other costs are considered as constant. So we need to minimize the total cost, we need to minimize the total ordering cost and total holding cost. As this graph represents different cost curves, cost curve of total cost, holding cost and ordering cost. The horizontal axis denotes the order size and the vertical axis denotes the cost. As the order size increases, the ordering cost curve slopes downwards. It means the ordering cost reduces. With the increasing order size or the increase in order size, the ordering cost would reduce. But against it, with the increase in order size, the holding cost would increase gradually. Because the organization has to maintain larger average inventories in the stock, the ordering cost is reducing because less number of orders would be placed if the order size is larger, and the total ordering cost would be minimum. But the holding cost would rise with the increase in order size, because a larger quantity of the inventories would be stored and it would result into higher holding cost for the company. So now we would focus on reducing the total annual ordering cost and total annual holding cost. And for that purpose, we need to calculate the total annual ordering cost and total annual holding cost. Total annual ordering cost can be determined by using the formula ordering cost is equal to n multiply or n times of A, where n denotes the number of orders placed and A denotes the ordering cost per order. As we know that n depends on the order quantity and the total demand. So value of n would be equal to total quantity demanded in a particular time period divided by Q, where Q denotes the number of units placed in an order. So with Q being the order quantity, we can calculate the total annual ordering cost by using this formula, N multiplied by A. N denotes the number of orders placed and A denotes the ordering cost per order. Further, N can be calculated by using this formula, that is D divided by Q. D denotes the total demand and Q denotes the order quantity. So the formula of calculating annual ordering cost would be D divided by Q into A, that is total demand divided by the order quantity into the ordering cost per order. In a similar manner, we need to calculate the annual carrying cost. So the formula of annual carrying cost is HQ denotes the holding cost with order quantity equal to Q is equal to Q divided by 2 into H, where Q by 2 denotes the average inventory held in the store and H denotes the holding cost, which is measured in terms of rupees per unit per annum. So H denotes the carrying cost of a single unit for a particular time period. In this graph, 0 represents the minimum inventory in the stock and Q denotes the maximum inventory in the cost. So in a particular time period, we would have an average of maximum inventory level and minimum inventory level in our stock, and average can be calculated by adding up maximum inventory level and minimum inventory level, and further it would be divided by 2. So to calculate average inventory in stock, we need to apply this formula: maximum inventory level plus minimum inventory level divided by 2. In this case, maximum inventory level is equal to Q and the minimum inventory level is equal to 0. So the formula would result into Q by 2. So average inventory would be equal to Q by 2. Sometimes the carrying cost is expressed in terms of proportion or percentage. Proportion or percentage. Suppose if the cost of a unit of product is equal to 10 rupees and the carrying cost is expressed as or equal to 10% of the cost. So the carrying cost would be equal to 10% of 10 rupees, that is equal to 1 rupee. So in that case, H can be calculated by using this expression, that is I into C. I denotes the proportion or percentage and C denotes per unit cost of the item. So in case if the cost of an item is equal to 100 rupees and the carrying cost is given as the proportion of the cost price, suppose it is equal to 20% of the cost price, then the carrying cost would be equal to, or H would be equal to I into C. I is 100, I is 20% and C is 100. So H would be equal to 20 rupees. In that case, if the carrying cost is given or expressed in terms of proportion, then the formula of calculating annual carrying cost would be equal to Q by 2 into IC. Instead of H, we would use this expression, that is IC. It is equal to H. By mistake it is written as O, but it should be written as HQ, which denotes the annual carrying cost. So with this information, now we can calculate the total inventory cost or total variable annual inventory cost by using the formula that denotes total cost is equal to ordering cost plus holding cost. That is the same that we have used here. Total cost is equal to ordering cost plus holding cost. So total cost would be equal to ordering cost plus holding cost. And what is the expression for calculating total ordering cost? That is equal to N into A. And for holding cost, it is equal to Q by 2 into H. That is, N can be calculated by using this expression D by Q into A. And for annual carry cost, the expression would be Q by 2 into H. And if Q is equal to Q star, that denotes the optimal order quantity. In that case, the formula of total cost of total inventory cost would be expressed as follows. The Q would be replaced by Q star, or optimal order quantity, or EOQ, economic order quantity. So the formula is D by Q, or optimal order quantity, into A, that denotes the cost per order, plus Q by 2, that denotes average inventory in the stock, into H. H denotes the carrying cost per unit per annum. Now we would calculate the Q star, or optimal order quantity, that is generally represented as economic order quantity, or EOQ. So economic order quantity basically represents the quantity which minimizes the total inventory cost, or which minimizes the sum of holding cost and ordering cost. So basically, at economic order quantity, if we have economic order quantity, then the holding cost would be equal to the carrying cost of inventory. So by using this assumption or this information, now we would derive the formula for economic order quantity with different notations given here. The Q denotes the number of units in each order. Q star denotes the economic order quantity. D denotes annual demand in units. A denotes ordering cost per order, and H denotes the holding or carrying cost per unit per year. So with this information, as we know that at economic order quantity, total annual ordering cost is equal to total annual carrying cost. So the formula for total annual ordering cost is this one, and for holding cost it is this one. So by replacing or by substituting the values, ordering cost would be equal to D by Q star into A, that is total demand, divided by optimal order quantity into ordering cost per order, would be equal to holding cost. The formula for holding cost is Q by 2 into H. Further, if we simplify it, then the Q from here would go to the right hand side and would multiply with the Q star. So it would result into Q star square divided by 2. And H from the right hand side would come into division of the left hand side, that is D into A divided by H. After further simplification, again the 2, which is a division with Q square, would come to the left side in multiplication of the D into A. Further simplification would result into this expression, that is Q star is equal to under or square root of D into A into H divided by D into A into 2 divided by H. So it is the formula of optimal order quantity, or EOQ. So in this way, we can derive the formula of economic order quantity by relying on single assumption that says or expresses that at economic order quantity, total annual ordering cost is equal to total annual carrying cost. So in this way, we can derive the formula of calculating economic order quantity. So let's have a practical problem. In this problem, a company produces 2000 TV sets in a year, for which it needs an equal number of tubes of a certain type. The cost of each tube is equal to 10 rupees. The cost to hold a tube in stock for a year is 2.40 rupees, and the cost of placing an order is equal to 150 rupees. So with this information, we need to find the optimal order quantity to minimize the total cost of inventory for this company. This problem gives us information about the total demand, that is equal to 2000 units per annum, ordering cost per order, that is equal to 150 rupees per order, and holding cost or carrying cost per unit per year, that is equal to 2.40 rupees per unit per annum. So we need to simply apply the formula of economic order quantity that is expressed here. We have the information of all the variables of this formula. D is equal to 2000, A is equal to 150, and H is equal to 2.40. So after solving or after putting all the given values in this formula, we would get the value of economic order quantity equal to 500 units. So the economic order quantity would be equal to 500 units. After that we can calculate the total cost of the inventory. So total cost of inventory, the formula is this one. So simply apply the values or information given in this problem. D is 2000, Q star that we have calculated in previous step, that is equal to 500 units. So 500 into A, that is 150, plus Q star again 500 divided by 2 into H, that is 2.40. So after simplifying, we would get the value of 1200 rupees. So the answer is 1200 rupees. In this way, with the help of economic order quantity model or classical EOQ model, we have calculated the total cost of the inventory. The graphical representation of this problem also gives the solution or EOQ, that is equal to 500 units. At this level, the holding cost and ordering costs are equal, that are at this point. So holding cost is equal to 600 rupees and ordering cost is also equal to 600 rupees, and economic order quantity level or order level is equal to 500 units. So with the help of using this formula or by using classical economic order quantity model, we can calculate the total inventory cost, or we can minimize the total cost of inventory. In the coming videos of this lecture series, we would discuss some other models that are studied under fixed order quantity system. Thank you.